Good morning, brothers and sisters. This is round 2. My wife called like 20 seconds into the last one. How's everybody doing? It's pretty dark, eh? Yeah, it's amazing that this time of year you wake up, it's dark, you go to work, it's dark, you go home, it's dark. It's just interesting how there's variety in the different seasons and how science uses our Father's handiwork to justify their agenda. And so if you think about the seasons and how they operate, and obviously how summer's hot and winter's cold, well, that just gives justification on their various different models that they like to push. And one of the conversations that I did have, and I forgot to mention that I had with my daughter this weekend, was how she felt that outer space was a way of making people feel alone and small. And I just looked at her and went, wow. As I was leaving this morning, putting on my shoes, my daughter looks at me and goes, "You know what's funny about money?" And I said, "What's that?" And she said that if it wasn't for money, there wouldn't be different classes of people. But if there wasn't, and it's the classes of different people that make the money valuable. And I just looked at my daughter. That's the Holy Spirit, praise Jesus Christ, working through my daughter, giving her discernment at 12 years old, you guys. God is amazing. You are so amazing, Lord. For something like that to come out of my daughter, it just put an ear-to-ear smile on my face. And I asked her, where did that come from? And she said, I don't know. So again, I have to use my own discernment and learn to step away so that our loved ones find the truth through their own paces. Because again, I had a little incident this weekend where my wife was attacked basically by her dad and her sister about, you're not going to be able to do anything, you won't be able to participate and all this kind of stuff. And I definitely overstepped my boundary by saying more than I should have, and it resulted, unfortunately, in a day of it was a quiet household, we'll put it that way. So again, we're all works in progress, you guys. We are. And the key part is not to let the devil hold you down. And you know his voice, you guys. You know the enemy's voice. You hear it loud and clear. Anything that comes against you negatively, it's that nattering, oh, can you believe this? Can you believe... Just, again, empty. All he has is empty, idle threats, you guys, all the time. So rebuke him. The moment that it starts happening, rebuke him, because he tries to get you to focus on the person, that it's the person's fault. It's their fault. They said it. It's their fault. No. Always remember the last thing that Jesus said, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. And so knowing that, you guys, our brothers and sisters, they don't know what they're doing in the moment of sin. Have they made the free will choice to use evil? Sure they have. But the thing that's coming out of them, how many times have you got the response that they almost felt like they had no idea what they're doing? And you're like, yeah, okay. No, it's because they didn't know what they were doing, you guys. So we bear witness to that every single day. So yeah, it's been an amazing ride, you guys, that's for sure. I don't know if you guys know a gentleman, and his name's Mac Parhar. He's a Canadian gentleman that he was like one of the first guys that he has a business in Vancouver. It was yoga, actually, which I'm not. Yeah, that's witchcraft, but that's nevertheless. He was one of the first guys to was pro no mask, no everything, and was like one of the guys that traveled around and kind of got people going. Well, he ended up passing away here just recently, and just some very, very strange circumstances around that. And immediately I thought of the last 30 days. You've got Rob Skiba, Russ Dizdar, you got this gentleman Mac, and all had, you know, a lot of similarities as far as things that they believed in, things that they didn't believe in. And I'll leave that at that. We're at an interesting time right now, you guys, because you can feel the chess pieces are starting to fall into place. And I'm here to remind everybody again, you know, no weapon formed against us will ever prosper, you guys, as long as you have faith in Jesus Christ. Because here's the thing, the only thing that the devil has, like I listed in the last video through Hebrews there, is the fear of death. And so as long as he can hold the fear of death over you, then he has a key that can unlock a door to get into your temple anytime he chooses to. And then he can let in however many of his buddies to come in and run amok of your temple. Well, the moment that you have no fear of death, you've taken that key back away from him, and you've binded up that door so that he can't come in. And ultimately, then you can battle these little battles that he tries to come against you throughout the day. But the major one is the fear of death, you guys. And so the moment that Jesus takes that fear away from you, what does your enemy have against you? And so these things that are happening right now in the world, as things are getting more and more intense, I know you've probably all heard, but there was a concert in Houston, a Travis Scott concert. And I don't know, I've been so out of touch for a long time. I used to love music, you guys. I used to, all my friends were DJs, and we were heavy into the club scene. And a big part, over half my life was spent in a dark, sweaty dungeon to dance music. And praise Jesus Christ, he's delivered me from that madness, because that's what it was. And I can't relate to any of the music that's happening right now, but I also can't help to hear what, with the discernment that Jesus has given us, the message that's behind the music that our kids are listening to today. And this style of music is called trap music, and it's like a combination of like rap and like, it's just really aggressive, you guys. Very, very evil and aggressive. And this gentleman, Travis Scott, is known for inciting his concert goers, which the youngest at this latest concert was of 10 years old. Like, that's 2 years younger than my daughter. And I just think about how innocent my daughter is. It blows your mind, you guys. And the things that you see at these festivals, and I know what goes on at these festivals because I've been to quite a few of them, and it's total debauchery. But I picked up on something a little different this time, you guys. Now you see the what's happening in the background as far as the lights are concerned, as far as like the showmanship. It's nothing but paying homage to the enemy. They had what looked like either a phoenix rising from the ashes, or a burning dove at the very, very beginning of the set, with like a spiral in the background, which looked like a portal. And out comes this performer, and these kids surged the stage so hard that it started crushing and unfortunately taking the lives of children. It's sad, you guys. You know, these kids in their mind are taking a day to go have some fun, and now parents are left without loved ones. But woe to those parents. We need to hold our children near and dear, you guys. And, you know, I try to do the best job I can possibly do to see the things that my daughter is engaged in, because that's how the world gets them. That's how it got me, you guys, was curiosity. And the more my parents pushed, the more I actually wanted to search otherwise. So there is that fine line and understanding, okay, like I got to dance in the middle. You know, you trust the voice, you guys. Trust God. He will guide you through everything. If any of you have small children, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But this concert, I saw several different interviews with kids that were there. younger, older, whatever the case may be, and they all said the same thing, you guys. All of them had really bad mouths, by the way. A lot of profanity. I was going to mirror a couple of them, but it's just not worth it. You'll get the point when I explain it here. But they all used words like, the show felt very dark, evil, demonic, and that the energy that was there was not a good vibe. It was a very, very dark, heavy energy that was over. And the gentleman that was performing, and I use that word gentleman loosely here, but he saw ambulances going. Like, there was a fleet of ambulances that were there trying to help people, and he didn't bother stopping the show. Now, he did a couple times, telling security to help some people, but he just kept playing like nothing was wrong. And he's got some very strong ties to the occult and the people that are involved in the cult. And we all know what that is, you guys. It's nothing more than a ritual is what it was. And unfortunately, some innocent kids had to lose their lives over it. Now, I pray the ones that were there and unfortunately had to witness this tragedy will have an opportunity to understand what they saw and ask and reach and cry out for Jesus Christ to show them. Because the consensus I saw with many of the interview was the same thing, that they knew something wrong was happening there. And as the days go on, you guys, we're going to see more and more of this. When I was looking at what was happening there, I understood what it took to get into that concert, for one, and the things that they had to show at the gate, if you think about that. There was a predictive programmed movie that came out called The Kingsman, and Samuel L. Jackson's in it, and I actually mirrored a video of this probably about a year and a half ago. And basically the gentleman that Samuel L. Jackson's character plays wanted to reduce the population because of climate change, and the way that he did that was through frequency, and it was through these SIM cards that he had, and he gave them away for free to everybody. And it was this high-speed SIM card, and through frequency he was able to trigger the people that had these phones to be extremely violent and aggressive and evil. Here we are, you guys. So I believe in my spirit that what's circulating in people's bodies have made a choice, you guys. And so now, because they have made a choice, are able to be manipulated and used. And if anybody knows any of Russ Dizdar's teachings, some of the things that he talked about, he was talking about such a time as this. And so we find ourselves in a situation where it's one more gauge, one more way for us to understand how close we are to going home, you guys. And praise be to God. That take that for that. No fear, none whatsoever. And again, what is fear? Fear is something that the devil holds over you. It's the what if. The what if that doesn't matter because it's never happened or it's already happened. So remove yourself from that through Jesus. Only Jesus can deliver you and give you strength and faith in knowing that whatever's going to happen is not up to us anyways. It is controlled through our Creator. So if it's our time to go, praise be to God, we're going home. And that's the only way you can look at it. And when you finally strip yourself of the fear of death and understand that you're ready to go home, then you can truly embrace your journey and embrace what you need to get done with true faith. Pure faith. Because the times that are coming against the evils and the demons that are coming against us, remember that it's not you rebuking them, it's Jesus Christ. It's Jesus Christ telling them to leave. And by merely his name, they shudder. They run. Just from the name. So either way, you guys, I just wanted to say I love you guys very much. Continue to work on your relationship. It's all about the relationship, you guys. I know we're tired. I know we're struggling. Don't let the devil tell you it's too late. Don't let him tell you that it's overwhelming. Don't let him tell you that you're not good enough, because you are good enough. And every moment, every breath that you take is one step closer to be the person that he wants you to be. So keep working on it relentlessly. So I love you all dearly. Have an amazing day. Father willing, if he gives me something to talk to you about tomorrow, I'll be here. If not, I'll see you when I see you guys. I love you very much. God bless.